All right, we back in here yet again with yet another round of controversy involving the self-professed super mayor Yay and Tiffany A. Henyard. Oh, look at me, I'm the super mayor! Yay! So we're here to break down yet again another round of controversy involving this woman. I'm like, this woman just cannot seem to detach herself from the limelight. You know, when you're under a federal investigation for your alleged crimes or whatever, one would think that you would lay low, that you would not put yourself in a position where the rabbit hole gets any deeper. But yet, this self-professed super mayor out of Dalton, Illinois, and the township supervisor, well, you know, she's basically saying that I don't care what you think, I'm gonna do what I want to do because this is my prerogative. Everybody's talking about stuff about me. Why won't you just let me live? Tell me why. And this is where we at. This is where we at when it comes to this woman. This woman cannot seem to keep her ass out the limelight. She does what she won't. So, in this latest,
investigates a party with a purpose.
I ain't say my little usual thing yet, so cut that out. All right, so this particular video, we're going to talk about how this super mayor basically left the taxpayer with the bill to throw a party out there in Illinois. Without further ado, let's get to it. DJ, spin that.
WGN investigates a party with a purpose. South suburban politician Tiffany Henyard threw a bash this weekend. She's trying to silence her critics amidst an ongoing federal investigation into her spending and leadership.
And it is as investigative reporter Ben Bradley found, like many of Henyard's events, taxpayers are left footing some of the bill.
Hey guys, hey! It's your super mayor, Tiffany A. Henyard, the people's mayor.
The super mayor took to social media to promote her party. There was a bounce house, skating, and a food giveaway.
But I spend my own money to make sure that I put on for my city. I'm always put my money where my mouth is.
Henyard said she paid after trustees refused. They're trying to control her spending and were skittish because the event was advertised as the Friends of Tiffany Henyard Picnic. That's also the name of her campaign fund. Her lawyer denies it was a political event, but it's clear the bash was meant to bolster Henyard's image as she faces a federal investigation into her spending in Dalton, where she's the mayor, and Thornton Township, where she's the supervisor.
And for those that don't know, let me make sure I'm crystal clear about this. I ain't never took a damn thing in my life. So I want to make sure y'all hear it out of my mouth.
Well, look here, super mayor, right? You can sit there, I ain't never took a goddamn thing. I'm here to call bullshit. I'm here to say that, yes, you have took a goddamn thing. Matter of fact, you took a lot of goddamn things. But hey, let you tell her, look at me, I'm the super mayor! Yay!
Let's start with the party's location. It was held at a skating rink Henyard commissioned in Dalton with an initial estimated cost of $269,000. WGN Investigates had to sue Dalton to get Henyard's administration to release credit card records, and we noticed a $17,000 charge to a roller skate wholesaler.
I'm thinking that's for the roller skates that the residents never got a chance to use.
Dalton trustee Tammy Brown says Henyard's rink doesn't keep regular hours. Skycam 9 flew over on a beautiful Friday evening, and no one was there.
It's only open when she's there or she's having an event.
At Tuesday night's meeting, trustee Andrew Holmes resurfaced. The Henyard ally is under investigation after a village employee accused him of sexual assault on a taxpayer-funded trip to Las Vegas. He denies wrongdoing and defends Henyard's leadership.
If it's anything that was criminally done, it would be out there. So children are having fun, the families are having fun.
Oh man, you look like a goddamn creeper. So this is what I was trying to tell y'all a while back, and this is what I didn't cover, and I wish I did. But yeah, this was the guy who was accused of trying to get a little touchy-feely now in Las Vegas. I mean, look at this guy. Creeper, creeper, creeper. Right? I mean, look, let's just continue on.
Fun, and things are getting done.
This was in the box. We got greens. We got greens, beans, potatoes, you name it. Look at that.
Henyard frequently promotes the township's food pantry, but she's been accused of distributing the boxes with campaign messages. The Greater Chicago Food Depository performed a spot check Tuesday and reminded the township its food can't be used to promote a politician.
None of that food comes from the Chicago Food Depository, so they called us about your fake complaints the other day. We already got all that straight.
That's Keith Price, who runs the food pantry. He tells WGN Investigates the food boxes came from township surplus.
But y'all missing the biggest point. You got people like myself that care about community that people try to stop. People will always try to stop things they cannot control. That's what it's all about. Someone young, vibrant, energetic like myself, who cannot and will not be bought, is the one that's constantly moving forward.
Henyard has frequently been accused of mixing political and public money. Those newly obtained spending records show Dalton taxpayers footed the bill for more than $8,000 worth of hotel rooms during an event for Henyard's namesake cancer charity last year. The charity has now been shut down by the Illinois Attorney General.
Yeah, they should really change that name to Tiffany Doesn't Care, right? Yeah, it had to get shut down. And in the previous video I did about this super mayor, she went on Roland Martin's show. Roland Martin asked her a series of questions when it comes to this charity, and she said something and told a bull-faced lie about this goddamn charity. So let me get this straight. Once again, right, because we got to recap this, right? There's a charity foundation with your name attached to it that has been accused of getting involved in criminal activity. But you don't see nothing wrong with it. You don't have nothing to do with it. It's just that your name attached to it. People do stuff with my name all the time. I don't have nothing to do with it. Come on now. Who really believes that? Huh? Who in the fuck believes that somebody's going to sit up there, have their name being ran down to the ground with a charity for breast cancer that is doing all kinds of illegal activity to the point where now that same organization has been shut down by the Illinois Attorney General? Make it make sense. What's up, man?
General.
God wanted me to lead the people. God knew that I wouldn't take no mess. He knew that I would stand strong in the fight.
And you know, and this is another thing that really pisses me off. When you guys get yourselves in trouble or whatever, like, why you always want to throw God in there? Why you always want to throw God and the Bible and all that for your devilish activity? You're out here doing the devil's work. You mean to tell me there's all these people that's running around out here throwing dirt on your name, and there's no, and all these people out here is exaggerating. People out here is, you know, casting aspersions against you falsely. You mean to tell me all these people out here bearing false prophets on your name? The fuck out of here. Don't you dare bring God into this. Don't you dare. This ain't the time for you to be out here Bible thumping because you got your butt in the crack.
Fire for you.
The dysfunction in Dalton grows as trustees opposed to Henyard wrestle for control. The housing director says he's been locked out of computer systems, and there are questions about who currently has access to the village's bank accounts. Trustees opposed to Henyard say they're working to cobble together a budget that will begin to dig Dalton out of a multi-million-dollar deficit. Ben Bradley, WGN investigates.
WGN.
So there's that video, right? She's out there spending that money like it's going out of style. Now, in subsequent videos I've done, we talked about how she was going on different flights, going to different hotels, eating shrimp, lobster, steak, crab legs, you name it, she consumed it. Hell, I even talked about when she took her ass to DC, all up in the videos, dancing, taking selfies and all that. Look at me, I'm the Superman out here in the White House. Oh, look at me with President Biden. Oh, look at me, I'm here taking some selfies. It was lights, camera, action for goddamn old Tiffany Henyard. Just a catch, though. Now, she was going as the mayor, but she was doing it on the township's dime. So she's the township supervisor. She used that credit card to fund her trip to DC, posing as a super mayor, which is a big time no-no. That's a misappropriation of funds. That's a felony. It's only a matter of time before the walls start closing in. Now, we're going to go to another video, right? Because she's not done yet. Tiffany Henyard ain't done with her controversy. She's just not done. I want to point you to this situation right here involving Tiffany Henyard. What's up, Crawford Experience? Because she yet again
South
made a
suburban
hire.
Dalton.
She yet again made another hire that is causing a stir within the town. Let's get to this one. DJ, spin that shit.
Appointed new village staff members tonight.
She did it at a meeting that she says trustees who oppose her tried to cancel. WGN's Jenna Barnes has more.
Well, one of those appointees is a new village administrator, even though there's already an administrator, a former Henyard ally, Keith Freeman, currently doing the job. This all happening at a meeting the Board of Trustees postponed until next week, a move that Henyard's lawyer says is illegal. So she went ahead without them tonight.
The Open Meetings Act says, you know what you got to do to cancel one of these meetings? You got to give 10 days of notice. 10 days of notice to the public. Certainly notice to the mayor. You know what they did? They didn't give you any notice at all.
Just today, Attorney General Kwame Raoul's office found Dalton violated the Open Meetings Act at its June and July meetings after complaints from residents that Henyard's administration limited seating, blocked the entrances to Village Hall with barriers, and created a hostile environment. The acting police chief at the time cited threats to Henyard's safety, including a letter mailed to Henyard's mom's house that was written in blue marker. It stated, "See you in prison. Your mother raised a loser. Your mother is a loser." The AG's office finding that the letter mailed from Rhode Island was the only evidence that the board provided in support of the manner in which it conducted the meetings in question. The letter was critical and insulting, but it did not implicitly or explicitly threaten violence. More importantly, the letter did not arrive until after the two meetings occurred. Tonight's meeting, if you can call it that, was much less attended. We counted fewer than 20 people who showed up.
Just pay attention to who bring all the drama to your community. Where all the hecklers that's normally in the crowd, they're not here today. Where everybody that got something to say when everybody up here talking, giving their opinion. That's how you know everybody are plants in the audience.
Oh, no. See, you're not going to get away with that. Absolutely the fuck not. right? Because when people did try to speak up, you would have them removed. Remember the old lady that tried to speak up, and trying to call you out on your corruption? You basically berated the entire staffers, or not the entire staffers. You berated the residents in that town, and then you had the police, your corrupt police department, remove that lady. It was an old lady. Let's just keep this 100. You are a fucking crook. You have no business in position of power. You've taken that power and abused it in so many levels. You have no business as the township supervisor or the Dalton mayor. You need to trade that red suit for an orange one.
And just last week in Thornton Township, Supervisor Tiffany Henyard couldn't hold a meeting because the trustees there didn't show up amid ongoing power struggles in both of the governments that Henyard runs. In Dalton, Jenna Barnes, WGN News.
But this is the one I wanted to show you right here. This was the one I wanted to show you right here. DJ, spin that shit.
And I'm sure a background check was not ran on this individual.
Should there have been a background check?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
More drama in Dalton tonight as Mayor Tiffany Henyard's latest hire is now under fire.
Fox 32 has learned that Dalton's new village administrator.
I just wanted to pause for for the special general. I don't know who that female is right there, that lady, the news reporter, but she is. You are a very attractive woman. I just might say. I just wanted to get that out there, right? But let's continue on.
Has had multiple brushes with the law and was fired from a high school for allegedly sexually harassing a 15-year-old girl.
Dane Placco has the latest chapter in this ongoing Dalton investigation.
My next appointment will be for village administrator.
Tuesday night, Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard appointed a new top aide to a $100,000 a year job, 34-year-old Michael A. Smith, who's been active in South suburban politics for years.
The reason for Mike is he have a wealth of great information. He's a young person and ex-politician. He knows the laws like the back of his hand.
Perhaps that's because Smith has been in and out of trouble with the law for years.
I'd like to thank the residents as well as the mayor.
Public reporting shows Smith has been charged at least 8 times with crimes ranging from domestic battery to official misconduct. In 2012, Smith, then a young trustee in Dixmoor, resigned after pleading guilty to theft when he allegedly stole gasoline by posing as a police officer.
What? Really, yo? Oh, my Lord, have mercy. But this the guy you want to... Oh, Lord have mercy. You know what? Let's just continue.
Then in 2018, Smith was working as an assistant dean at Thornton Fractional High School when he was fired for sexual harassment of a female student, grooming a student with lascivious intent, and inappropriate aggressive behavior towards a male student. According to his termination letter, Smith was accused of contacting a 15-year-old female student on Snapchat with inappropriate comments and making her his girlfriend.
What? Oh, my Lord. This is crazy. This is the person that you... This is crazy, yo. For real. A 15-year-old, bro?
Then earlier this year, Smith was fired from the Echo School District for falsifying information on your employment application.
We have a constant pattern of her hiring people without doing a proper background check.
Now, I'm going to get to that in a second, right? Because there is another controversial hire that she made 3 years ago. I talked about it in the previous videos I've done when it comes to this super mayor, but we're going to get to that in a second. Just keep that in the back of your mind. She just planted the seed of a pattern of behavior when this woman.
And presenting it to the board. And that's our issue. That could pose a great danger to our community.
Dalton trustees Brittany Norwood and Tammy Brown
Is alarming.
were not at last night's meeting when Smith was appointed. The 4 Dalton trustees opposed to Henyard postponed the meeting and say none of the action taken was legal.
It's very interesting considering the fact that she didn't have a quorum. So I don't understand how someone could be appointed.
Smith is replacing Henyard's previous handpicked village administrator, Keith Freeman, who fell out of favor after he was charged with bankruptcy fraud and is now believed to be cooperating with an FBI investigation into Henyard. But Freeman is apparently still on the village payroll and filling the job. So can you have a second village administrator?
No. We don't have the finances for that. As you all know, we are definitely in a financial bind, and we cannot afford 2 village administrators.
Henyard's attorney, Bo Brindley, provided us with a response from Smith saying, quote, DCFS did a full investigation and found the allegations were unsupported. All the charges against Smith were ultimately dismissed with the exception of a single petty misdemeanor. Mayor Henyard renounces efforts by any individual to denounce a man's character based on unfounded allegations and charges that have been dismissed. Smith was already working today at Dalton Village Hall. Trustees say they'll try to take action at their next board meeting to block his hire. Dane Placco, Fox 32 Chicago.
This investigator here has done great work, as far as uncovering this woman's criminal activity. So remember earlier in the stream that the lady came out and said, she has a pattern of, making controversial hires. Three years ago, more like a couple years ago, but still, I'm going to play a clip when it comes to this individual, Lavelle Redmond. DJ, spin that shit.
We pay rapists with our tax dollars in Dalton. We pay rapists with tax dollars in Dalton.
Frustration growing in South suburban Dalton after a Fox 32 investigation uncovers a registered child sex offender was recently put on the payroll.
Now some residents are calling for the mayor's resignation.
Dane Placco first broke the story and reports the pressure is building at Village Hall.
More transparency.
About 20 Dalton residents and a couple trustees protest outside Village Hall today, furious after a Fox 32 investigation found this registered child sex offender on the public payroll.
A sex offender, you don't give them carte blanche to go into different people's homes.
46-year-old Lavelle Redmond is close friends with Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard, who in September hired Redmond as a code enforcement officer without the village board's approval. Redmond served 25 years in prison for the brutal gang rape and beating of 2 young teenage girls in the 1990s and was arrested and charged after our first story aired for violating the reporting requirements of the sex offender registry. But Mayor Henyard says her friend deserves a second chance, infuriating a number of Dalton residents.
Dalton is going to go down if these people they just need to get out of office as a whole.
You'd like to see that?
Do they need a recall on the mayor?
Fox 32 has also obtained this cell phone video showing Redmond interacting with the mayor and little children at a back-to-school event. Just the badge on his waist.
I think it's deplorable that you've hired a person that has the history that he does, and you've given him a badge and a car to roam our village.
The protesters are also calling for the departure of former Cook County Circuit Court Clerk Dorothy Brown, whom Henyard hired as a village administrator, making $100,000 a year, despite numerous scandals and an ongoing federal investigation into bribery under her county tenure.
Dorothy Brown needs to go back to the city of Chicago. Dorothy Brown is bringing Dorothy Brown tactics out here in the village.
A spokesperson for Henyard says the mayor has no comment about the calls for her resignation and no intentions on dumping the registered child sex offender from the village payroll. In Dalton, Dane Placco, Fox 32 Chicago.
So this is my question here. What the fuck is up with Tiffany Henyard hiring these guys with a checkered past and all that? What the fuck is up with that? This woman here is hiring people who have committed criminal sexual misconduct against teenagers. This is not good. When it's one thing to spend taxpayers' money and to end up in the hole, it's a whole nother thing to hire people who has had criminal sexual misconduct allegations against them, and one of them did 25 years in prison and is on the Illinois sex offender registry. This is not good. This man was going into people's homes doing whatever kind of random checks at these homes. It's one thing to steal taxpayers' money. It's a whole nother thing when you are putting the town at risk all because of your own personal vanity or your own personal affection for this guy. So this guy that's supposed to be your friend, is he a friend or a friend with benefits? Because that's unacceptable. That's disgusting. No, I'm not down with that. I'm not down with this. I mean, I'm already pissed off at her because, you know, we sit up here and talk about all the time how we need to have black folks in positions of power, whatever like that. But when we get these people in positions of power, this is what they do with it. This woman here is on her own self-serving agenda. And it's all kinds of people that she's bringing on is basically there to do her bidding. Because it's all about her. Ain't about the community. It is about her. You go to the towns that she's representing, and then there's a big old billboard. You ride through the interstate, there's a big old billboard with her face on it, which is illegal. Not supposed to be doing that shit, but you think this woman ain't give a fuck? No, she doesn't give a fuck because it's all about her. If you need a reason why you don't vote for somebody just because they're black, get a good glimpse. Now, this is the thing that's really infuriating, right? They'll sit up here and look at this, and yet they'll turn around and vote for Kamala Harris in goddamn on November. I don't care what you say, LB. I vote for Kamala. I don't care what you say. Just disgusting, man. She needs to be out of there, like expeditiously. I don't know what the hell is taking the FBI so goddamn on long to kick down the door waving the 4-4. They need to be a thorough house cleaning. Because this is unacceptable. It is. And to think that this woman sold the residents there a bag of goods because she was going to be this person that was going to bring change. And when she was a trustee, and she made sure all the I's were dotted and all the T's were crossed and all, and people trusted her. And this is how she repaid the residents there, with their trust. She's violated that trust in exponential fashion. But look at me, y'all, I'm the Superman! Yay! Now, what you gonna do when the FBI hit you with that dose of kryptonite, huh? What you gonna do? When the FBI runs wild on you. Because it's coming. Guys, let me know what y'all think about this. This is crazy. This is beyond crazy. And, you know, it just keeps on happening. The bullshit just keeps on going. And on and on and on and on and on. Like, at what point does she take a time out and really assess what the fuck's going on? You want to donate to the channel, there's the Cash App, there's the PayPal. Any and all donations are accepted and appreciated. I thank everybody for tuning in. I also thank the new subscribers to the channel. If you are a new subscriber to the channel, let me know in the comment below. I will shout you out. And if you're not a subscriber to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. Last but definitely not least, shouts out to the LDBC. This your man. Scream at me. Hurry!